Aw, animals.
Loyal dog protects injured doggy friend on snowy train track for 2 days. An injured dog that was stranded on snowy train tracks near Uzhhorod in Ukraine was watched over by her loyal friend for 2 days until help arrived. Local resident Denis Malafeev found the 2 dogs named Lucy and Panda on December 26th. Panda became cautious when the dogs were approached. Malafeev said on Facebook that Panda took care of Lucy by curling up next to her. Both of them would press themselves against the tracks when trains passed over them. Malafeev said Panda took care of Lucy and never abandoned her during their 2 days on the train tracks. The dogs were taken to an animal protection center, where Lucy received medical attention. Thankfully, according to Malafeev, she only sustained bruises and hematomas. So it's not exactly clear why the dogs stayed on the tracks. The Animal Protection Center found the dogs' owners, and the doggies were returned to them. In a recent Facebook update, Malafeev noted that not all people would do what Panda did for Lucy. Feeling moved by this tale of 2 furry friends? Here's 5 more stories about loyal dogs that will warm your heart.
Dog swims 6 miles, then walks 12 to reunite with her family. An Illinois family is counting their blessings after their dog went missing in the middle of Lake Michigan, only to turn up safe and sound the next day. Ed and Kristen Cassis sent out a Mayday dog overboard call from their boat on Sunday morning after realizing their son's 10-month-old dog Riley had disappeared. Fortunately, Riley was training to be a search and rescue dog. She's also a Belgian Malinois, a breed known for its intelligence and athleticism. Riley ended up swimming about 6 miles to shore and then walking another 12 miles. Meanwhile, hundreds of people were out looking for her. On Monday morning, Ed and Kristen saw comments on social media that Riley had been going into the Platte River campground. They drove to the campground and found Riley. Ed and Kristen say they owe Riley's safe return to Lynn Fedor. She runs a volunteer group in the area called the Lost Dog Search Team. Lynn and her team posted Riley's information on the group's Facebook page. More than 20,000 people viewed the post. Man reunited with dog who ran the Gobi Desert with him. In a story that could have ended in tragedy, it was nothing short of a miracle that an Australian marathoner managed to reunite with his dog in a city of over 3 million. Dion Leonard was running a marathon in the Gobi Desert last March when a little brown pup sidled up to him. For the entire 250-kilometer run across difficult terrain, the dog kept up with him and never left. Leonard called the pup Gobi and decided he would bring her home to Scotland with him. He had to leave China after the race and left Gobi with a friend while he began the long and expensive process of taking his beloved dog home. But while waiting to be transferred to Beijing for the quarantine process, Gobi suddenly went missing. Leonard flew in from Edinburgh and tirelessly looked for his precious brown pup. But after numerous close calls and several disappointments, she had yet to turn up. With hope and time running out, Leonard was already preparing himself for a heartbreaking loss when a phone call came in. A man who'd seen the posters of Gobi said he and his son found a dog with her exact description at a local park. Leonard wasn't too hopeful, but when he got to the man's house, a familiar brown dog ran out and began jumping on him. It was a blissful reunion. And this time around, Leonard's making sure he won't lose her again.
Family dog dies protecting baby from fire. On Sunday night, a loyal canine proved once again why dogs are man's best friend. Polo gave his own life to save 8-month-old Viviana Peremsky, who was caught in a house fire. Viviana's mother Erica had stepped outside to go to her car when the fire started. Polo refused to leave the house and instead remained inside to protect Viviana, who was upstairs in the bedroom. As the fire raged throughout the house, Polo covered Viviana with his body to protect her from the flames. It took the firefighters 30 minutes to bring the fire under control. They found Polo in the room with the baby. Paramedics were able to resuscitate Viviana at the scene, but she remains in serious condition with severe burns on her face, arm and sides. Polo did not survive. A GoFundMe page has been set up by a Good Samaritan to help the family finance baby Viviana's treatment.
Stray dog adopted after waiting 6 months for stewardess. Flight attendant Olivia Sievers brought a new friend home with her to Germany after she adopted a dog who waited for her outside her hotel in Buenos Aires for 6 months. Sievers travels to Argentina frequently for work. There, she met a stray dog whom she later named Rubio. Sievers fed Rubio and played with him. He followed her back to her hotel and waited for her there, even when she returned to Germany. Sievers helped find a family that wanted to adopt Rubio, but he escaped and continued to wait for her outside her hotel. Sievers eventually relented and decided to adopt Rubio. He flew to Germany to live with her on Friday. In an interview with Noticiero 13, Sievers said she didn't want Rubio to follow her at first, but she noticed that the dog really wanted human attention and, most importantly, a friend.
Hero dog protects owner from armed robber. Good doggy. David Bremond, a shop owner in Manosque, southern France, was closing up for the day. But as he finished taking out the trash, he was paid a visit by an armed robber. The robber probably thought, "I got this." But clearly he had no idea how fierce Hobby could be, Bremond's 4-year-old Belgian Malinois. Bremond and Hobby together chased the robber out of the shop, with the courageous dog continuing to bite the would-be robber until all 3 of them are seen running off camera. See a story that really should be animated? Suggest stories to TomoNews now.